So you're thinking about moving to Bend and you want to know what the worst part about living in Bend in Central Oregon is? Well, that's exactly what we're going to be covering today. So if this video sounds like it's for you, stick around. We're going to be talking about it right now.
If this is your first time on the channel and you'd like to know everything there is to know about living, eating, sleeping, playing, the good and the bad of living here in Bend, Oregon, subscribe to the channel and tap the bell for notifications so you can be the first to know about current market conditions here in Bend. My name is Zach Nutter. This is Ryan Rudloff, both licensed agents in the state of Oregon with eXp Realty. We've lived here for over 30 years and we absolutely love it. So whether you're looking to move in 9 days or 90 days, give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email. We'd love to meet with you, help you make a smooth move here to Bend, Oregon.
Okay, so we are on top of Pilot Butte, our acclaimed cinder cone right in the middle of Bend. 500-foot little mountain, shoots up right in the middle of town. People hike this thing every single day, but not today. It's a little cloudy out here today, but it's actually not clouds, it's smoke coverage. Forest fire season is upon us right now. We're in the middle of August. We just drove up this thing. Usually there's hundreds of people here mid-morning in the summertime, but there's just a couple of people on the butte right now. And that's because there are forest fires around the Pacific Northwest right now, a few in Oregon, and the smoke will build up, it will linger, and then it will come down here on the east side of the mountains and it will just stick around for a little while, and that's what's happening right now. So we're in the midst of this, and you can see here if we pan around, typically speaking, we are looking to the west right now. And in a normal day, a clear sky day, it would be just a panoramic view of the entire valley that is surrounding this butte right here, but not today. It's a little dangerous to be out here. Zach's gonna talk a little bit about the dangers of smoke in Central Oregon. This is one of the big drawbacks of living here.
So as we've talked about before, Bend is an amazing place to live, but unfortunately there are a few drawbacks. So we want you to be aware of those things. So smoke, in my opinion, is probably the #1 drawback. So AQI is the air quality index. You can find it on any of your weather apps. It'll tell you what the AQI is. We got a fly here, sorry. And so it'll tell you what
we had a scorpion earlier.
Yeah, we found a scorpion earlier up here. So we are in the high desert, but so AQI under 50. So 0 to 50, if it's measured as a yardstick, it goes 0 to 500. 500 being the absolute worst air quality you can have. 0 to 50 is good air quality. That's where you want to be. That's where Bend is typically in our normal range, right? Until we get into fire season. So fire season usually is August, early September, and then skies clear back up again. So 0 to 50 is a good AQI. Right now today, we're in 190. So 190 is an unhealthy air quality. Over 100 to 150 is not good for sensitive people that have lung issues, asthma, things like that. Over 150 to 200 is getting potentially dangerous. 200 to 300 is dangerous. And then 300 and above is incredibly dangerous air quality. So it's not great to be out. That's why you don't see a lot of people out here hiking the butte today. Like Ryan said, this is a very popular attraction. Hundreds of people walk this every day. There's 2 different ways to get up. You can drive up or you can hike up. There's also, there's 2 different ways you can hike up. There's the road that you can hike up. There's the trail you can hike up. The trail is much steeper. Sorry, getting a phone call from one of our viewers probably right now. I'm gonna turn that off. My apologies. But yeah, so you can walk up 2 different directions. You can come up the road or you can come up the trail. So it's a great place. It's one of the biggest recreation spots that's in the middle of town, this and the river trail, I would say, but very unique day that while we're going through, we've only seen 1 or 2 people pass by. Usually it's incredibly busy. So this is one of the major downsides of living in Bend. We want you guys to be educated when you move here. We want you to know the good and the bad. So we don't want you thinking that it's all rainbows here. There are some downsides. So we just want to share those things with you. So again, you're well educated.
Yeah, and one of the things about the smoke coverage, the forest fire danger here in Central Oregon is that it's never necessarily directly affecting us. Like say, once in a blue moon we'll get a fire that threatens Bend, right? The actual fire itself. But more typically speaking, there are forest fires around the state that are ongoing right now. Right now there is a small fire about 15 miles to the south, but there's also a larger fire on the other side of the mountains near the Mackenzie Bridge that is kind of overtaking everything right now. What happens is that smoke will build up and it will blow west, or blow east, excuse me, and then get over the top of the mountains, and then it will come down and just linger here. Sometimes settles in kind of like an inversion, and it will stay here for a couple days, sometimes even a week, or even, sadly to say, beyond a week. And so that can affect a lot of things, especially this time of year when high school sports is getting started. A lot of athletes are out there working on their game, working on their running, things like that, soccer, football, cross country, the like. And they're unfortunately not able to go out and practice. They have to wait for the smoke to dissipate. And that's kind of the situation that we're in right now. So we weren't necessarily in this situation for the last 2 months. It's been a really good summer as far as fire danger goes and fire season is concerned, but now it's finally here, and so we'll probably be dealing with this for the next couple of weeks.
Yep. And talking about sports a little, so my son just graduated last year from high school. The last 4 years, this is something that we've had to deal with, Friday nights for football. But the schools are used to this now, and they have a plan for this, right? So we've had to travel to other areas. If we had a home game against a team from the Valley and they don't have smoke, they'll just move the game over there. So they're used to it, they adapt, they change. So there is plans in place for this kind of stuff, but it is something that does affect local sports and different things like that. So just something for you guys to know when you're thinking about moving here to Central Oregon.
So now we'll just do a little loop around the top of the butte here to give you guys some perspective, because typically speaking, this butte does have likely the best view in all of Central Oregon. We're on the top of it right here, and you can just walk all the way around it and you can just see a 360-degree view. It's pretty remarkable when it's clear. We'll show some footage from previous videos that will indicate that and give you guys a feel for what this is really like, because if you come to Bend and visit, one of the things on your bucket list when it comes to learning about the area, you got to come up Pilot Butte at least once just to get a feel for where you're at. The climate, etc. The views are just remarkable. So let's just walk around a little bit and give you guys a feel for it. I know that there's not going to be very many views, but you can get a sense of what like this cloud coverage is all about, and it's all smoke right now. If I pan over here, we can kind of see the sun, and it's just kind of piercing through that smoke there, but it's a little disappointing right now. So this is just something that we have to deal with on an annual basis.
One of the good things, sorry for interrupting, Ryan. One of the great things is that tonight we are going to have an epic sunset. We are going to have vibrant pinks and purples in the sky. Yes, the smoke's terrible, but at least we can find some of the good of this. We're going to have an incredible sunset this evening.
Sunsets are remarkable here. There's no two sunsets alike, and the fact that we get those west-facing mountains and the sun goes over the back of those every single night in the summertime, you get something unique every single night. And so to Zach's point, the sunsets are immaculate typically, and in a situation like this, there could be a little reward, even though we're dealing with some of the adverse effects of this smoke right now. And that's just one of the things that we have to deal with here in Bend. Outside of that, there really isn't a whole lot of drawback. We're a little isolated on these sides of the mountains, but outside of that, I mean, we'll deal with some of this smoke, and it's just part of living here.
Yep, and keep in mind it's a short season, right? I mean, at most a couple months, at least a couple weeks, but it's not something that you're dealing with year-round here.
Absolutely. So with that being said, we just wanted to give you guys this perspective. It's important that we're able to show you not just the good, because most people that want to sell something or promote something like living in Bend, Oregon or somewhere else in Central Oregon, it's always about the good, but there is drawbacks to it. Just like anywhere in the world that you're choosing to live or visit, here our biggest concern is going to be the fire danger, the smoke, the cloud coverage of that smoke. And so today's a perfect day to demonstrate that and give you guys that perspective. So we're very thankful that you're watching these videos. We're so glad you guys are part of this channel and this community. So if you guys are ready to reach out, give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, or set up that Zoom. We'd love to show you guys around Bend when the time is right for you. If you haven't already, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and maybe even leave a comment. Let us know what else we should cover in our future videos.
Thank you guys. We'll see you on the next video.
Thanks. Have a great day.